All right, everyone. We are live. We are live. We have someone new with us today. And I want because she's new, I want to start off with her. Just introduce yourself to everyone real quick.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank
Hello.
you for being a friend.
I found
He's
it,
got
Linda.
both of them. Bastard.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. And the refit.
Yeah.
We got it
my
all.
goodness.
Which one did I have? That one. Yeah.
You had this one. This one.
That one. Yeah.
That
I want
one.
it back.
Yeah. Go into the next room and give it back.
So,
voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
All right, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
Yay, there's Marie.
Linda, introduce yourself.
Oh, Linda, Mrs. Danger.
Okay.
Yes, folks. That's what I get to live with on a daily basis. I know you're all jealous.
Oh, I love it already.
There's never a dull moment. Never.
I like how Marie just jumped right into it. She's just
Yeah.
like, I'm here. I got my rum, my bourbon. I'm here.
And so,
No, I can
basically,
guarantee you
Linda,
it's bourbon. It is. I mean,
Yeah.
look. I mean, it's even blue. It's science blue for bourbon.
I love it.
essentially, Linda, no, I have no idea where your enterprise went.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
look.
Saute,
now-
Linda. Saute.
Now we've got to go to Danger. Danger.
Hey!
I'm chilling.
I can say now with confidence, having watched the episode, I have seen the light. I
Wah, wah.
am a fan of Trekker's Delight.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all, we are here.
Okay.
Here already.
I think it's going to be one of those shows, folks.
No,
Cheers.
don't do it. Don't do it. Marie.
Do I need to go get Spock there? Does Spock there need to referee at this point?
Marie, I can barely hear you.
He's got a peacock.
Hi.
How's this? Is this better?
No.
Not much.
I think the peacock did it.
Project.
Project.
Yes, she has the voice for it. I don't know what's going on though.
We're not doing a review of The Silent Place. Speak it up.
She's like,
Give me a second.
So while you do that, William, go ahead on and introduce yourself.
My
I'm
name
William
is
Danger Newman. Huge
Oh.
fan of Star Trek. Since
Sue Williams here.
the other William.
No, please, Danger. Continue.
Yeah, huge fan of Star Trek since the
You're
original
talking about
series
me.
came out. And so I'm just happy to be here and super jazzed to be talking about Star Trek tonight.
Why are you not picking up?
Yeah.
What?
So, Mr. Wofford, William Wofford.
Oh, see the way he said Mr. Wofford. Like, okay, I feel so formal, so bougie. Okay. But anyway, my name is William Wesley Wofford. Trade
Wesley.
Wesley.
Excellent.
Named after
Okay.
Crusher?
Named after Crusher and Riker.
Ooh,
Nice.
William Wesley Wofford.
nice.
Marie,
At least-
do you have things together? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I keep
At least
cutting everyone
that's what I tell myself. And I'm actually really excited about today's episode and having a conversation with both Mr. and Mrs. Danger here because I'm really interested in the perspective of comparing Strange New Worlds to the original series. And
All right.
how does it compare? How does it contrast? And how does it do it justice?
Okay. All right.
All right.
Marie. Oh, now we don't hear you at all. So look, Marie is gonna fix that. While she fixes that, I'm gonna just do a recap of the episode.
This might be the best show with Marie ever.
Oh,
No.
Captain's Log, Strange New World Season 1, Episode 3, Ghosts of Illyria. This episode begins when the away team is conducting research on an abandoned Illyrian planet. When the away team attempts to avoid an ion storm and beam back, regular transporters fail. Himmer fixes it so that the emergency transporter systems beam back all members of the away team except for Pike and Spock. Spock decides to conduct research on the Illyrians, but first they find shelter in an Illyrian building. Back on the ship, some members of the away team are seeking to bask in more illumination. Sensing something is wrong, Una asks Dr. Mbinga about the away team's condition. He informs her they are attracted to light and the transporter screens are not showing anything irregular, but they realize number one has not been affected. Dr. Mbinga runs tests on her blood. Himmer reminds her that transporters are equipped to purge things they are unfamiliar with, but he performs a level 5 diagnostic nonetheless. Lieutenant Noonian reminds Una that using Illyrian technology is a violation of Federation regulations. While discussing the merits and philosophical choices related to these regulations, Lieutenant Noonian displays the symptoms of the virus. Dr. Mbinga encourages Una to institute an emergency medical lockdown. Back on the planet, Spock determines these Illyrians were trying to gain admittance to the Federation, so they were trying to strip their augmentations out. Himmer visits the sick bay to conduct scans to Dr. Mbinga's agitation. Himmer leaves and Mbinga turns the lights back on. An alien entity tries to make contact with Spock and Pike as the brunt of the ion storm gets closer. Because of Uhura, they realize the contagion travels on light waves and is not present in low levels of light. This heightens their resolve. They decide to sedate the sick and turn out the lights ship-wide. Something Teddy Pendergrass would endorse: turn out the lights. Himmer is in the transporter room trying to summon an iron sulfur alloy from the planet to get more illumination. Una then hits him with a phaser, knocking him unconscious, and picks him up like a ragdoll. Spock learns these entities began to appear as Illyrians began to disappear. As the entity gains entry, the force of the ion storm blows a window open. The entity protects Spock and Pike from the force of the ion storm. Una admits she is Illyrian and that she was infected, but her body fought it off. And Mbinga confirms that while she is safe, there is nothing her body can do to help them because there wasn't time to study the healing process. Still, Mbinga implores her to find a way despite regulations. During this discussion, La'an wakes up and hears their discussion. She attacks Nurse Chapel and destabilizes the warp containment field. Una confronts La'an and they fight. But as they were saturated by radiation, Una's body instinctively protected her. It also saved La'an and healed her from the contamination from the planet. On the planet, Spock informs Pike that the Illyrians were no longer immune to the effects of the ion storm and ran into the storm and thereby changed into the entity. Back on the Enterprise, Nurse Chapel was able to work on an antidote using La'an's body tissues. This leads to a reconciliation between Una and La'an, but after she questions why Una has been hiding her true identity, Una reminds her of her childhood dream to see the stars, but Starfleet regulations made it difficult for her to be honest. Una then admits her situation to Pike. Pike responds he will not accept her resignation and also wants to have the fight with Starfleet primarily because he understands the Illyrians better. Leaving, Pike orders her to look into the transporter issue. Una goes to Dr. Mbinga, who admits his daughter is in stasis, but he didn't know the upgrades would have caused this issue. He asks her for time to spend with his daughter before being returned to Starfleet. Una offers him the same leniency she received and dedicated energy from the warp core to keep his daughter safe, but not endanger the crew again. Una wonders during her deleted personal log how different things would be if she weren't exceptional, and if simply being an Illyrian would ever be good enough. All right, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but so far this has been my favorite Strange New Worlds episode. Don't know about you.
I loved it.
You loved it? Yeah.
It's getting better each episode. It's getting better. We're learning so much more. The character development is precise and on point and quick. Like they don't have to drag us along and leave us guessing. Like it's just there. It's clear as day. It's straightforward. I literally have no problem with this whatsoever. I even like the smartassiness of the chief engineer. I do. I do.
Himmer is turning out to be just fantastic, right? Like, I mean,
he's like,
I don't know where they dug this guy up. But I mean, yes, the actor has a long and storied career and is actually visually impaired and is also an accomplished painter, yada yada. But in universe, I want to know where they dug this guy up and if there were more. Like that's what I'm.
Wait. The actor is actually blind for real?
Yes.
Yeah.
90%.
He has 9% vision left.
Yeah.
He had a rare cancer when he was an infant and lost most of his vision.
Over time.
No, like then.
Right then.
Yeah, like he had
You know, that
cancer.
is
They
really
fixed the cancer and he went blind.
So he's actually a blind chief engineer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And still doing better than Scotty.
Oh, she went there. She went there. So let's go into that discussion. Let's go into that discussion.
Scotty is not here yet. Scotty's not here yet. He might learn from him and became Scotty.
That's true.
Right.
My question
Probably
to you is,
did.
Scotty, are we talking about Jimmy Doohan or are we talking about Simon Pegg?
Oh, Jimmy.
We're
Doohan.
talking about
Jimmy
Doohan.
Doohan. Yeah.
Yeah, Simon is just there. Yeah.
So, Linda, I need to understand the hate that you
Man,
have
I need to
for-
get off the show today. I just do.
I
I'm
need
gonna
to
have
understand it.
Yeah.
Okay, hate's an awful strong word.
Okay, dislike.
I think it's always because he had to hold out all the time. Well, I could do it, but it's going to take me a day. Okay, I can do it in a couple of hours, really.
Okay.
So you just didn't
Whereas
like
this
his
guy-
padding his. You didn't like the fact that he padded his time estimates.
Yeah, and this one's just like, I'm brilliant. I'll just do it for you in a couple of seconds and I'm done.
Yeah, he said, "Yo, did y'all catch that moment when he did this and everyone just moved and
Yeah,
started doing
everybody
whatever?"
left the room.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
was like, I was done. I was here for it. I was like, he could do no wrong.
I will tell you who he is. He is a cross between Miranda Priestley in The Devil That Wears Prada and Dr. Gregory House from the House Medical Show. Put those two together and you get this guy.
yeah,
Also, can we have a conversation about the fact that, like, this is the first episode? Speaking of Hemmer, I swear to God, this tags along.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Anyway, this is the first episode where you really get a sense of the fact that, like, this is a ship full of extremely accomplished people, extremely intelligent people,
Yes.
and when they go off the bend and go around the bend, crazy shit happens because Hammer's solution to the fact he needs light is not, replicating a soul light or something. No, he beams up a piece of the planet's mantle.
Yeah, not
But
even the
that's-
core, the mantle.
That's just to show how much of a genius he really is. Because
Well, yeah,
to your
that's my
point,
point.
as a chief engineer, all he has to do is just override whatever the orders are. Like he has it within his purview. He could do that.
7 of
But he
9
didn't do
style.
That's my point. That is my point because, like, there's this whole discussion about the Enterprise, right? Like, the Enterprise is the flagship, so it's a whole bunch of extremely intelligent people, right?
Right.
Like, even the random intern, okay, speaks what, 37 languages, right?
You mean Cadet Uhura?
Yes.
You heard.
I'm calling her the intern.
intern, same thing.
Yeah, but that's my point.
No.
That's my point, is that everybody is, like, super, super, super smart and super accomplished and at the head of their game. So, like, when they go round the bend, it should have been so much crazier than it ever was.
I think I take issue with that.
Do tell.
Okay.
My issue with that is
Everything I've said has been an issue yet at this point. So come on.
no, but my issue with that is Sam Kirk from last week's episode
Oh,
walking
Right.
up and touching that thing. That was not the brightest move.
I want to
So,
see.
okay.
I mean,
Kirk.
Can
So
we-
my husband.
Can we
used to
all
work-
agree that he is Security Chief Rock Ingersoll from Galaxy Quest?
We can. 100%, yeah. And I suspect that's on purpose, guys. Like, I suspect that the
This
head
is
is
how you
actually on
know.
purpose.
This is how you know. This is how you know that danger scrolls through Facebook. This is how you
Yes.
know. Because that
However, so my husband used to work with some extremely intelligent people, like,
Okay.
some of the most intelligent minds that we have available to us in the United States. Ha ha ha.
besides you.
And one of the things he would talk about is working with them. He would talk about how they were so smart they had to wear Velcro shoes because their brains are up here and, like, regular life skills are down here. And so, like, that was actually one of the things I liked about last week's episode was that That happened.
You could be so smart, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I was trying real hard not to say it that way, but okay. Mhm.
Wait, we have another
That
secret
works.
window.
Do we have a secret
share
window?
that
We have
one.
secret
He
windows?
found
You
it.
can
He
share
found
that
it. He found it.
Okay.
Oh.
I
Wait,
love
is that the same actor for real, or is that just
No,
a
it's
lookalike?
not the same actor.
Okay, because he.
But if it
literally
was,
looks like
wouldn't
him.
that be awesome?
It
Oh,
would
that'd be
be
dope. That'd be so dope. I'd be like, you know what? Y'all did good. Y'all did good.
very
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, I saw that 2 days ago. Linda actually came across that and said, "Oh my God," and shared that with me, and I thought it was hilarious. So I had to find a way to work that in, and Marie just opened the door for it.
Okay, so speaking of things that clearly we're talking about the favorite things that we liked about this episode. Me
Yeah.
personally, my favorite thing was actually near the beginning. They kind of brought back an old TOS tradition, but they didn't quite execute it, probably for modern television reasons and probably traumatizing people. I don't know, but they kind of brought in the if you wear a red shirt you kind of fail situation.
Okay.
Because the guy who brought the virus on the ship wore a red shirt.
Ensign Lance, yeah.
He had
Yeah,
the
where
red.
is he?
Honest to God, I really just thought it was because he was Ensign Lance and he had emo hair.
Nope, he's got the red shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, La'an also has a red shirt, and she was fully capable of nearly destroying the ship. And it took an overpowered Illyrian to punch the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know what was going on at first.
Why did she have Spock eyebrows? I kept watching this and I was very confused.
Now we know
Yeah,
why.
it does.
Now we know
I mean,
why.
is that a thing? I mean, was that an aesthetic
all you
choice?
have to do is sing in the turbo lift with Spock one time, and then you have his eyebrows done.
And thank you for my nightmares.
You're welcome.
I am not.
Are you saying that singing with Spock makes you a highbrow?
Oh my god.
But wait,
Ladies
did
and
you hear?
gentlemen, I want to
Did you hear
apologize
Linda?
to
Like,
anybody
that was
really
it.
watching right now.
He's here all night, folks.
Like Linda was like, I'm so used to it, but I mean,
William,
I know. Like, I mean, in a
Step through.
minute, he's going to tell us to try the veal.
I mean, since we here, I mean, I'm sorry. Guys, continue.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this red shirt guy, he done brought it on the ship and stuff. And okay, I actually have a question for everyone. Blue
let's
shirt
see if
right
you have
behind
the
him.
same question that I have.
Blue shirt right here. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
who I think it is?
Who
Who do you think it is?
Well, it's like he has hair, and he looks younger. But if I didn't know any better, I'd say that was what's that dude's name? What's his name? Jermaine, help me.
I don't know what
dude
you're
who
talking about.
The dude who played Candyman.
Oh no, that's not him.
no, no.
Well,
That is.
they do favor each other. That's the guy who played
He
Cyril
was
Lofton.
Worf's brother. He was Kern. He
What's his name?
In the future.
He
He was-
young or older Jake Sisko.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Give me a
Jake.
second.
That's what I was trying to say.
Hold on.
in that
Jake Sisko
awful
in the
episode
future.
that makes us all cry like little bitches. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, his name is
What?
Tony
Did I
Todd.
just think?
Tony Todd.
Yes,
Okay.
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd.
Mm-mm.
So I thought that was him. I looked a little bit too hard. I thought that was like a little cameo, haha moment or whatever. Who's that? Oh my God, someone new. We have someone new.
Victoria Riggs.
Victoria Riggs. Are you Miss Victoria? Are you related to Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon?
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus.
I'm back.
Can I get rid of you?
I'm gonna need you to stop that. I'm gonna need you to stop that.
I'm sorry.
No, so I had a
I actually
question.
thought he was the younger version of the dude from the Galileo 7, who was so angry with Spock all the time.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Who had a name, and this was great because, like, in the Galileo 7, he actually has more lines than his white compatriots, which I thought was amazing for 1960s television. I mean, considering that Riggs was played by Mel Gibson, do you really though?
I the Mel Gibson back then, I do.
honey, crazy is crazy.
I could make so many jokes out of that, but I'm
I
going to
know,
be nice
I know.
because Jermaine will kick me out again, and
Did
it's
I miss the kick out? Oh man!
Did you not see it on social media?
I sent you the video. I tagged you in it. Remember?
Oh yeah.
It was that one. It was that one.
It was after the show. It was after the show. It wasn't live.
I gotta tell you, spouse is out of town, so I am wrangling twins by myself, and I am meeting myself going and coming. So I don't remember anything at all.
So Ensign Lance. So clearly,
Ensign Lance,
at least the way,
mm-hmm.
at least the way that they showed it, it made it look like once he opened the locker and he saw the Bunsen burners or whatever they were, it made it seem as if that was the entry
I'm really
point.
concerned actually now about what kind of chemistry lab Jermaine had, if he thinks those were Bunsen burners.
It made it seem like that was the entry point in which they were all infected by the virus.
It did.
And so my question was it like something natural or was it something that the Illyrians created?
I think it was something the Illyrians created because it looked like a bunch of
light
flasks that you might see in a science lab, like Erlenmeyer flasks or something like that.
There we go. Oh my God. I can't believe you trotted that word out. Well done.
So it seemed like it was maybe some sort of chemical that was there that had been in one of those jars that appeared to be kind of knocked over. And that when he opened that cabinet up, it was perhaps aerosolized in that small chamber. And when he opened it up, he breathed it in, and that's what caused the infection.
Okay,
that's what I took from it.
Well,
I don't know if that's...
Well, yeah, not just breathing it in, but the fact that he gave that cabinet light, it was able to travel to
that's
him.
True.
Right,
Yeah.
good point.
Because it was in a dark place until he opened it.
Very good. Yeah, I missed that. That's spot on.
Thank you. I try.
Especially since he was the first one to, get the symptoms of the virus.
Right. I legit thought he was gonna cut his neck in that glass thing.
Oh,
I was scared. I was like, oh my God, is he gonna be our first red shirt kill? Like, is he is it gonna be him?
No, suicide, not kill, but
That's
suicide.
Suicide. Right,
which would have been awesome. Like that was like that was like 3 seconds altogether, but it was like it was fun to watch. It was a different kind of Star Trek.
Right.
Yeah, it was definitely different.
Yeah, it almost bordered on horror there for a minute.
I mean,
and I was here for it.
Because he's like possessed by something that he can't control, and if it ends up forcing him to kill himself, that would have been bad.
How was it? Are you talking about like xenomorph aliens?
No, like the movie Aliens.
That's literally what I just said.
Oh, well, I thought you would. I was specifically talking about the movie Aliens. I didn't know what xenomorph aliens.
That's
I didn't know what
that's their species name is.
Gotcha.
Xenomorphs.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Xenomorph. Yeah.
No, it was just because you see a whole lot of half naked people all over the ship, and it was like. Why is this? Like, why are they half naked? Like, why did he take off all of his clothes?
I'll be honest. I thought
so they can absorb light more because
yeah, I get it, but why was he the only one?
That's the way he responded.
He wasn't because the ones that were in Uhura's quarters, they were in shorts and t-shirts as well, absorbing light.
That's true.
I feel like that was meant to be underpants, but they were like,
And we saw a few more, I think, in sickbay that were wearing shorts or something.
Yeah,
so I think they were all trying to, like
expose.
Think of yourself in a swimsuit at the beach trying to catch some rays.
I was here for all of it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This episode was so awkward to me. It reminded me of The Naked Now, everyone was just naked. It's just like I'm just like. So y'all aren't just addicts. Y'all are getting literal orgasms from being in the light.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
No, no.
It wouldn't.
No, it's too much work. Like, no.
I mean, everyone would be outside.
I don't care. I do not.
No dry travel.
I do not have enough melanin for that. Put my ass in a coma. Don't care. care.
Like everything that man would own would be Qualchi.
Wait. Going to get some rays
What?
later. Who said this? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gonna get some light rays later, y'all.
I mean, I guess that's Marco's equivalent of I'm gonna be in my bunk.
Yeah.
yeah, he's just gonna pull a Uhura and just close the door. Just
Also,
Which-
can we talk about how excited I was when she rolls out of bed and she's got her cap on and she's like, "What the fuck
I
y'all doing?"
tried so hard to look for that picture, Marie. I really tried, but it hasn't.
Oh,
been...
I have it on my phone. I swear to God, like I took that picture real quick.
This is literally the first time we've seen, a black character roll out of bed.
I
in a
appreciated
bonnet,
that.
and I was like, yes.
I appreciated that. I appreciate Marie. You actually sent me that text
I did.
2 minutes before I watched that scene. I was like, what are you talking about? I said, what's a sleep something? I said, what? And then I see a
do-rag. She had a do-rag on.
And then it looked like a nice futuristic do-rag. It didn't look like something you got. It didn't look like you got something off of the corner of 1st and 15th. Like it's just,
I gotta tell y'all, that really irritated me every time Troy rolled out of bed, like on a regular ass pillow with like her hair everywhere. I was just like, that is not how that works if you have curly hair. It is not.
because there are
unless somehow in the future we have a magic tool that's like a force field you walk through and all of a sudden your frizz is gone and I'm like, fuck you so hard if that's what you have.
I mean, we have sonic showers, so hopefully
Clearly, I'm having a day.
I see it.
Now, I do have one question about the episode.
Okay, what's the question?
We saw in the first episode where, they were trying to keep those two species from destroying themselves and their planet with a nuclear war, right?
Right.
And we see that in order to impress upon them the power of the Federation, Pike has the Enterprise come into low atmospheric orbit so that they can see the ship. Everybody can see the ship in the sky, right?
Right.
Couldn't they have just brought the Enterprise closer to where the landing party was so they had a stronger signal?
I think the problem with that was like
the ion storm,
like the type of ionizing radiation and all of that jazz would actually have caused major ship-wide systems failure and possibly resulted in crashing. So I'm going to go with that's a bad idea, Danger.
All right.
I mean, so like, does it put off?
They talk about how at one point this storm is lethal to organic matter, which is when
right. But they've got shields.
Have to come out and get them.
But they've got shields on the ship.
I mean,
right, and
that protects them from radiation.
From years of TNG, that ion storms and that shields don't mean jack in an ion storm.
I mean, there were a couple of episodes when Voyager had to run away from an ion storm.
I'm just gonna say, and also like the ion storm has the magical mystic juju powers that the plot requires of it. So
juju powers.
Juju powers.
But I'm not saying
juju powers is going up there with Q juice at this point.
I'm not saying fly into the storm because the storm wasn't actually over where where Pike and Spock were.
So somebody gifted us like these amazing golden books, which are literally Star Trek themed, and it's like I am Spock, I am Captain Kirk, and they have the entire Trouble with Tribbles episode. And so like my kids now actually at 4 years old will read the entire intro, Space, the Final Frontier, the voyages.
Oh my god.
Nice.
So anyway, I'm watching this as they're wrapping up their nap because I'm the worst mother ever. And they like Matthew comes in and he's sitting on my lap and he's watching this. And like Ethan Peck comes up and he's like, Mr. Spock. And I'm like, I'm a good mom. This is Aces. And then he keeps pointing at Anson Mount and saying, that's Captain Kirk. I'm like, no, honey.
No.
He's like, no, yellow shirt, Captain Kirk.
Oh,
too funny.
Bless his heart. It's you can't blame him.
No. And I'm sorry, that's probably a random anecdote nobody cares about, but like Danger.
No, it's good. It's good. I think it's a good anecdote. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
So All right. So, what kind of episode is this? Is this like a crew episode, or is this an individual episode? To me, it's an individual episode, kind of lightly surrounding Una. What do y'all think?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what it reminds me
Well-
of more than anything else? Is
What?
One Night in Sickbay.
Who in sickbay?
It's
this
an Enterprise
TNG?
episode.
Okay.
No, Enterprise with Dr. Phlox.
Okay.
And basically everybody is like they're going through this thing, whatever. Like, you know, the anomaly of the week. And Dr. Phlox is apparently the only one whose physiology can tolerate it. And so like all this weird shit starts happening. And it's literally just Dr. Phlox. And I really had that feeling when we're watching Una run around. Also, I'm really excited that Una is Illyrian because that's a really great book reference.
That's a book reference.
Strange, yeah. On a number of occasions, I distinctly remember, like somewhere in my actual, honest to God, Germain style Dead Tree library, I have this, and it's a book that basically deals with Una and how she's number one because she's the first of the Illyrians, blah 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 blah. And so, like, I need to find that, and I didn't quite have time between like then and now in order to dig that out.
I mean, just that alone, it lets you know where number one even comes from.
Yeah.
Like,
She has a story.
Yeah.
and she glows, and also she has manicure every episode, and I really respect that.
I do like the way that I'm sorry, I do want to answer your question, William, but I do want to say I like the way that they handled the fact that, you know, her body can cure whatever problem that she has, but it has to happen like quick, and everyone has to be around her, because she can't be the savior of everyone. So
Right.
there's still a story that can still happen,
Right.
you know, that that involves, you know, their health. But to answer your question, William, while I do think it's a character episode, I do think they're also building other characters' stories as well.
Okay.
Because we learned a little bit about Himmer and his
Right.
personality.
Yes.
We learned more about Lieutenant Noonian. We
Noonian
also,
Singh?
what'd you say?
Noonian Singh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why
We also
has she not changed her name?
we also learned more about Dr. Mbinga and also Nurse Chapel. Is like every episode we're learning a little bit about Nurse Chapel.
I love Nurse
Either
Chapel
her
so
backstory
much.
or her personality.
I love Nurse
Right.
Chapel so much.
And so
I
I
would
like
date Nurse Chapel.
I knew it. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I mean, she is that bitch. I'm sorry.
I know, man. Like, she is Marie Brownhill catnip. Like, let's be real.
Like, seriously, I would nickname her Sassy.
Linda, what are your thoughts about William's question?
What was William's question?
No, okay, so it was a very generalized, vague question. The question was, is this you know how like in TNG there's like character episodes, the Troy
Yeah.
episode, the Riker episode,
I
and
think it was more about Una, but I like the fact that they also threw in, how did the doctor say it toward the end? He's like, we always find ways to like disrespect a certain species or a certain. I thought that was a good overarching theme. That they still can bring out the fact that yes, it's the future and everybody gets along, and yet, do they really?
Right.
right.
Yeah. Good
Right.
point.
Okay.
What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on
I
Nurse
love
Chapel?
the last line going along with Linda. I love the last line that Una has when she also when
Yeah.
she hit Ken Riley
I
about
wanted
it.
to bring that up.
Yeah, like when she's like, when is it going to be enough to just be Illyrian? And
Mhm.
that's a conversation that we have with a lot of with certain types of minorities, right? Like the exemplary minorities. Asian Americans get this a lot. You know, they have to be exemplary in order to be accepted, and it's not fair or right. Like Una has a point. She has the right to exist and to be tolerated and to be accepted for existing, because she's there. And if
Right.
and I loved that whole conversation with Dr. Mabenga when he talks about stars, they find new bigotries.
Yep, big.
I mean, Mabenga is turning out to be such a great character. And I can't remember the actor's name, and I'm the worst, but I really love the gravitas he's bringing.
Yeah.
Babs Ola Sumokin.
To be fair, even in the original series, thank you, Danger, by the way. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm sorry.
Because I'm going to fail epically at it is really where that's going to go. Because tonight, apparently, words are hard. But, I mean, I loved, even in the original series, though, that Mabenga had this really fantastic gravitas, and even Bones would defer to Mabenga. Yeah. And so there was a lot to build on there, and I love that we're getting to see it. I do, however, want to know why he takes a demotion.
Takes a demotion to...
Maybe it has something to do with his daughter.
I was going to say, is it to be closer with his daughter?
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe we'll find that out as the series progresses.
That's what I'm thinking.
Marie, just to take it a step further, as you were talking about Asians and other minorities, the fact that she had to hide her birth, not her birthright, but her lineage, that harkens
her ancestry. Yeah,
that harkens me back to, like just being gay, and the fact that a lot of people have to hide their sexuality.
No,
not so much today
for LGBT Trek when we cover this.
Okay. All right.
I am actually telling I am telling you now that we're doing this, William.
So, don't you guys think at some point that?
Oh, what? So why? Why did you do it?
What?
Do what?
Somebody disappeared.
Jermaine, why'd you kick her out?
I was trying to bring her back.
You kicked her out.
They're blaming each other.
I don't even know why.
I know, right? I know. Like,
why did you kick out?
I know for sure who didn't do it.
No. We're gonna cover it in LGBT Trek because I actually agree 100% with Marie. I actually really do, because that was a moment. Now this is where I kind of, if I may, before we move to the next subject, the moment when she picked up what's that antlered head's name? That sounded
Hammer?
so racist. That sounded so racist.
The Hammer?
Yeah.
Hammer?
This man's name is Hammer.
The Andorian?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Andorian. Okay. So when she picked him up, I could not tell. She didn't say that she was Illyrian until like she said it. But I was thinking, is this an LGBT Trek moment, or is this a FTP moment? Because this kind of reminded me of a FTP episode
with the cat fight. It could be both.
It could be.
That's where you went, Jermaine. I love that. That's where you went.
No, because my mind. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, Marie's not gonna like this.
And y'all thought I was bad. Y'all thought I was bad. Yeah, look at my influence. Like, no, but I'm saying, like, remember.
I mean, seriously, like, I'm gonna have to take an intermission to get more alcohol to deal with this nonsense.
I'm serious. But you remember, Uhura took command of the Enterprise that one time that she did in the animated series, and so
they made us all watch, and I'm so sorry.
And so Una is already first officer, but I thought this was like, oh, she's a woman. She took command of the Enterprise. She's handling. She's on her shit. Like, she's on it. But then we learned she's actually Illyrian. I was like, oh.
Can anybody talk about the fact that, like, Nurse Chapel's whole, like, shtick with this? She's like, how in the hell are you carrying him? And Una's like, never mind that. We're going to focus on something else right now. And then all of a sudden, Yes,
Victoria. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, by the way. Welcome to the show.
I want to know how number one went through 4+ years of Starfleet Academy and never once had a physical to determine that she wasn't actually human.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, did you notice, like, he literally pulls her blood and sees that it's like, everything's copacetic. So,
right.
I mean, I'm like,
how's that possible?
I mean,
how did she get through Starfleet Academy without that being uncovered?
I think she.
Is it possible that she's half human, half Illyrian?
No.
No,
You don't think so?
she
No,
never.
No.
She never gave a
I
hint
say,
to that.
okay, I say this.
It's
I say this
possible.
because I wonder if in the memory beta, if I can use that term, in the memory beta canon, that she's fully Illyrian, and I suspect she is. I think she, knowing that this is what she wanted to do, I think she has adapted her physiology to mimic human or human adjacent as well as possible.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When did she have time to get a manicure?
No, and it's different every episode, y'all. It's different.
I mean, those are some nice
I
nails.
I have an answer for that. I have an answer for that.
They're like, I really want to know if the 22nd century has OPI or not, because I really want that carrot.
I
in my life.
OPI.
I have an
What's
answer.
OPI?
It's a nail polish. I'll show you after the show.
Context clues, Danger.
I'm good.
Context clues.
Okay, to answer your question, Linda, this is just my personal William theory. How she manages to get her nails done every episode, let's just say the original Mystique doesn't need a manicurist.
Oh, there you go. That's true.
I said it. And can we please acknowledge the fact that now we know that, wait a minute. Has anyone, of course, you know what? It doesn't matter because it doesn't happen in Doctor Strange anyway. Yeah, that Black Bolt and Mystique are in the same room at the same time.
Who's Black Bolt?
You never watched Inhumans. Okay. He's a Marvel character.
I did, but I don't remember. I mean, I kind of fell asleep on the movie.
Okay, this is not a spoiler,
movie.
Marie. Black Bolt is an Inhumans character from the show Inhumans, which has been out for years. So, I'm sorry if you didn't see
So
it.
what character does he play on this?
Black Bolt.
Did you know that apparently Feige has contacted him and is bringing him back into the MCU? So the Inhumans was an absolute travesty of a show and as racist as anything I've ever seen.
It was
including Code of Honor.
It was kind of bad.
It was kind of bad.
Hey, she brought Code of Honor to this. If Marie says Code of Honor, that means she's serious.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
Noted.
It's true.
So yeah, no, I'm like, okay, oh god, I'm really terrified they're gonna bring like that terrible sign that they made up for this
sign. Wait a minute, has anyone actually seen Doctor Strange yet?
Yes,
I have not.
Okay. Well, anyway,
we're gonna see it this
I'm gonna have to
weekend.
wait for it to come out on Disney Plus because
I like her nails. That's all I'm saying.
That's
Me
Mystique.
too, actually.
That's
Me
Mystique.
too.
That's
That's
Mystique. That's Mystique.
Yeah, I think you can wait. I don't think you need to go to the movies to see this one.
See, that's what I've heard. I've heard people who really love it
Multiverse of Madness.
and
Correct.
really
More
don't.
multiverse, more like controversy.
We got to see it because we're going to talk about it on Sunday on our.
Apparently, that's
podcast.
literally going to have to be our after show rant. Marco, where are you?
Can I be on in the background because I really want to laugh?
I really want to be in that conversation.
Of our show?
Yes.
Yes.
You're
I'll send you a link.
Please,
Yeah, no,
I love
you
it.
should totally do that.
All right.
Do.
All right. What's that?
I will be there in the comments raising hell like I normally do. Because I have so much to say. Like,
Raise your hand if you're shocked.
Oh,
This would be the best moment. This would be the best moment, and you didn't do it.
I know.
His water.
they didn't even have to say it. I was like 3, 2.
I mean, what
Seriously.
supposed to tell you?
I mean, okay. So we got 15 minutes left. Can everyone?
Oh my god, really? Like, where did
I know we just went right through it. And for the 5 people that are watching, hi. I think my friends Zach Brown and Jake Holcomb are on. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Because I'm looking at Facebook too. But anyway,
Nice.
Can everyone from 1 to 10, 1 being a travesty, 10 being superb, perfect, what would you give this show out of 10, starting with Jermaine?
This show or this episode?
This episode.
This episode for me was a 10. And the reason it was a 10 was because it gave me everything. It moved the plot along, not the plot, but the plot for this particular episode, it moved along nicely. It involved a number of different characters. It didn't rely too heavily on one character. It was great, and also it included some pieces from other shows, and it also put in my mind, I wonder if this can lead to other possible episodes. And so for all of those different reasons, it was a 10.
Okay, cool. Linda?
I'd go 8.5.
Okay.
It would be 10 if Anson Mount was in it more.
I can't.
Sorry, jeez, Jermaine.
No. We'll explain later. So stay on after we.
Okay.
Okay. Danger.
I think I would give the show probably an 8.5.
Oh, did you want Anson Mount too?
I would have given it a 10. I would have given it a 10 if we saw more of Nurse Chapel.
Oh dear. He wants more Nurse Chapel. Is that what you were saying?
That's what I was saying. I'd like to see her more in the light.
Don't hurt yourself, William.
Guys, I just found my next TikTok moment. I just found it. This is it. Oh my god. That made my life.
Marie.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to like shift back to the series from like watching William abuse his power.
I'm sorry.
I actually there were some things that I really wanted to know that they didn't answer. And I'm not even saying about like whether or not it was the colonists, although I was with Spock on that. Excuse me.
What?
I have been respectful mostly for Danger. And yet now the Enterprise is like drifting across the screen.
Oh god.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm probably gonna go a 7.5, 8.
That's fair. Let's say 7. That's fine. That's fair.
7.75.
Okay.
And that was possibly the most Southern I think I've sounded all day.
And now you, William.
I would actually give it a.
This is ripe for when Jermaine needs to like make him go away. Like this is where Jermaine needs to abuse his power.
So anyway, okay. So no, I'll be good. I promise. I won't even go too long. Especially since I don't have my time monitor here to oversee me. Who shall remain nameless. But anyway, yeah, not you, Marie. So anyway, I
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So what I appreciated the most in this episode, and I pay attention to the little things, and not saying no one else does, but it was specifically in Una's quarters that I saw the same. Is symmetrical the right word when it comes to there was different shapes. How like TOS used different shapes as their aesthetics. It could be in their uniforms, it was in the ship, it was in their quarters, it was in the mess hall. Basic shapes: triangles, squares, rectangles, lines, whatever.
That was the 60s.
I was about to say
60s. Like, those 60s. They brought that back. And I loved it in a modern way. When you take a good look at Una's quarters and you see that, which is clearly her makeup stand, but the way
which I loved, right?
I loved it. The mirror was a triangle. Her lipstick were like in lines. There was like a box or something right there. It was shapes. And
this was the first set of quarters, and I wanted to say this, so I'm going to interrupt you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This was the first set of quarters outside of, say, Pikes, where I really thought somebody could live there.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, they're actually really nice for a ship that is literally the same size as the Enterprise D's nacelle.
Right.
It is. Yeah, the Constitution class is the Constitution class is the same size as the nacelle of the not the same size, but the same length as the Enterprise D's nacelle.
Are you sure about that?
I'm quite positive.
Somewhere
Enterprise up and let's check it out. Bring him up.
I'll bring it up in a second. But it's because of those aesthetics and it's because of those homages, if you will, just pretty much connecting because it's the series right before TOS.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give it a 9 because it's like I see you can actually make it is possible to make your own story, to do your own thing, and still pay respect to those that came before or after you.
Sure.
So
I think they're doing a great job with it.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I think they've learned from
Discovery.
Oh my God. I hope so.
Linda's not a disco fan?
No.
You don't say. This is
there's just so much going on. And it's so over the top, everything. I love this compared to disco.
It really finds its footing in season 3.
I'm sorry, Linda. What did you say towards the end?
I just feel like they try to throw. Okay, so let's start with the Klingons. I'm sorry, that was stupid. And then yes, it gets better in season 3, but I mean, it's so much of the stuff it's gotten better, but at the beginning, the first couple of seasons, so over the top. Everything was just what? Something's always going on. It's nuts. And I think I really like this because it's episodic. You don't have to follow the whole 18 people through the whole story. It's more of this happens and then you're done. And I think it's one of the things I really like about the original series. What's that?
Discovery's literally like 3 people. Because what's going on with the rest of the bridge crew.
It's just it was too much.
I found
a headache.
Okay. Share it.
Oh.
Egebus.
The saucer section.
Saucer section?
Oh, it's the size of the saucer section. Okay, yeah. I can see that.
So you see what I'm saying? Like, maybe the size as the nacelle of the Enterprise E. I'll say that.
Yep.
Okay. Enterprise E, I'd buy.
Okay, yeah, maybe it was a stretch for the Galaxy class. I'm sorry, but because that is the same. hell, but yeah. So it's a small ship.
Yeah.
Which is why I was able to buy the fact that they could just maneuver through that asteroid the way they did in the last episode. I was able to buy that because it is a small ship. It is.
Yeah.
It's literally the same size as Voyager, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So. But that's my take on it. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
Fair enough.
I loved it. Yeah, it was a good episode. I'd watch it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Linda, to your point about the episodic thing, I was
the
other day. I wanted to watch. I thought, I'll watch Star Trek Picard, and then I thought, well, shit, which one am I going to watch? I almost have to start at the beginning.
Right.
It's not like you can just look at the list of episodes and say, I want to watch that episode again because that was an interesting story. You really have to watch. You have to kind of start at the beginning and then work your way through.
Yep.
Yeah, but please don't make me do that again.
Do what again?
Season 2.
Oh, I'll try to be nicer because I really went off the rails. I really tried to defend season 2 last week. I did. I tried. Like I was. Yeah, but I'm nicer now. Y'all, please be nice. Please be nice when season 3 comes out, because this our last one. Literally, that's it. That's it. Like it's done after that. Like
I like the ending of season 2. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was great.
I mean, I did tear up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you think Picard will get better season 1, season 2? Do you think it will get better years out? Like maybe not right now, but years out, it'll be like, it really was good.
No Trek show is appreciated until 25 years after it's off.
I agree, because Enterprise to me is one of the best.
Yeah.
Because my criticism of Picard season 2 is that
it dragged.
It really does not handle its female characters well, and it centers this sort of like white male savior story that feels really inappropriate for a Star Trek franchise installment, especially a Star Trek franchise installment in 2022.
Okay, can I ask a question to that? Like an honest question.
We are no longer on Strange Worlds.
Okay, so like, even though, let's just say that Picard, even though he didn't really do much half the time, which
what did he do?
I'm not. Hold on now. Hold on. We'll get there in a second. No.
Your love for Picard, I mean, that's
it's strong, it's loyal. We got Patrick Stewart back. That's all I'm saying. But just as much as we have this savior character, we also have a villain on the opposite end. Being, where is he at? I just had a picture of him.
Adam Soong.
Adam.
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't the fact that this cis white male cancel one or the other out, doesn't that kind of cancel that one out a bit?
I think mathematically, yes.
I mean, amazing.
And then
I don't know.
And then even though technically,
it's not like dual equations.
I mean, even though technically the Borg have no gender, I loved the finishing story arc of the Borg Queen. I was in love with it.
Any Worshing's Queen can do anything to me, anytime, anyway.
Right. And they actually, I watched behind the scenes of Star Trek Picard, and the directors and producers admitted that they didn't know what to do with Jurati, that everyone had a pairing except for Jurati. So they paired her with the Borg Queen.
And so that's what bugs me.
Yeah.
They could have paired her with me.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. All right, fine. Clearly, we're going to spend the last 3 minutes on this.
All right, now, so.
Wait, what?
Wow.
That was his love. That was his love for Linda. That's why he did it.
Let me ask you this. And one of the things I'm really like that we had a conversation about with the first episode of Strange New Worlds, because Jermaine wanted to know if we were going to see some sort of like chemistry between, Spock and Uhura. And my comment then is the same now, which is I really like the idea that we can have these relationships and these professional working relationships and even these friendship relationships without having to bring a romantic element into it. And so that's my frustration with Star Trek Picard. I get it. It's thematically about love, but I'm really struggling with the fact that we had to center romantic love.
But Jurati didn't need romantic love in this case.
Except she did, in a way. She
well,
did.
Hold on, wait a minute.
If she had, because that's the whole point, right? If she had a pairing, if they had decided that she and Rios would work,
yeah,
we wouldn't have gotten. Then we wouldn't have gotten this.
I actually.
So wait a second. Wait a second.
Okay.
So yes, I did have that question, but at the end of my question, which people kind of started talking over me, I specifically said it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be a kind of like an appreciation for your intellect. That was what I really
actually,
and that's really where it was. And what I didn't, and the other thing I didn't like about season 2 of Picard is that it hamstrung the intelligence of literally everybody else. Right?
Okay, she's not wrong. Like,
I'm sorry?
She's not wrong. Because as in you're not wrong. Like, because everyone on that ship is brilliant, and they could hold their own, and they were almost like children in a way. I get that in the future you have your admiral come onto the ship, you pay your respects, and you give respect where respect is due. But when you're on a real mission, I have to defer to Marie and Danger when it comes to certain protocols and mannerisms and getting stuff done. Like Why was there a breach in this security? Like when Danger talked about it in for Discovery, he was actually spot on. Like why didn't they think about this? You're 1,000 years in the future. How come you don't have this? You have programmable matter, but you can't think of a security breach, baby.
Right.
What's wrong with you?
That was ridiculous.
Well, actually,
and they never got it fixed. I mean, we literally
never got it fixed.
About ship first.
I actually have a comment from Murphy Mormon. Hey, Murphy. He says, I don't agree with it doesn't get better until later. I fully enjoy Strange New Worlds right now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I get what you're doing.
Yeah. So he's enjoying it as he's watching it. Like, which is
well,
fine.
no. I was specifically talking about Picard. We moved to Picard. Yeah, this comment came in like 5 minutes ago. But
so again, like my struggle with Picard is that I think there's at least season 2. We're not touching season 1 here, but I think season 2 has some very problematic structural issues with the story they chose, how they told that story, and I think it was really centered inappropriately, especially for, again, a 2022 Star Trek installment.
Especially since they took Elnor away from me.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Honey.
Apparently he went straight. He got a girlfriend, posted on Instagram, and left Picard in the process. I said,
what?
But was he ever really gay in real life? Like I don't.
Yes,
he was gay in real life.
Yes,
says someone who knows.
Was he?
Okay, okay. The actor is not gay. The actor is not gay. He's bisexual. Okay.
Okay. Well, then he can do. Oh,
that's a big difference.
That's beside the point. I don't care.
What saying is that he's over on AO3 dipping into the RPF.
I don't know what any What is AO3?
I don't know what any of that means.
I'm trying to go through my gay. I'm trying to go through my gay dictionary right now.
So AO3 is.
Is this with fingernails again?
Is this about fingernails?
Is this about fingernails again?
No, honey. No. I mean, we could, but it's gonna go real bad, real fast.
You know what? I'm just kidding.
Somebody's lost their mind.
I'll shut this.
It is time, y'all. It is time. It is time. Look, so he kind of he did it for me. I was gonna end with it. Did everyone give their ratings on this particular episode?
Yes.
Everyone did. Yes. All right. Did you, William? You did. Okay.
I gave it a 9.
All right.
For aesthetic reasons. For aesthetic reasons.
You sure did. No, I'm going to stay with my 10. It was excellent. It was excellent.
I'm with you, Jermaine.
It was excellent.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So are there any parting words? Does anyone want to say anything to close it out?
I can't wait for next week's episode, and I'm interested to see what character we're gonna explore next, because that's the thing. They don't give us a hint on who or what we're exploring next. It just happens, and that is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait.
And also to everyone watching and everybody not watching, like, subscribe, let us know what you'd like to see. Let's talk to us. We are here for you. And now it's time to roll that beautiful bean footage.
Later. And Jermaine. Now, again, I'm going to say this again because we're near the end of our show. If you are our allies, we are not talking to you. We are not talking to you. This does not... Okay, we're not talking to you. Stop trying to take our and make it your goddamn business. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you.
Our experience of grief independently.
Bruh.
Yes.
I love that they're in the comments.
So much is like I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah. They should brought that child out. It's such a good point, Will. That's such a good point. And he's really thought about it too. You should be here. William, get over here.
I thought he had a girlfriend on Insta. It's been ages since I've mucked about, but
Okay, moving on. Let's move on.
we gotta move on.